Okay, so I'll introduce myself. My name's Cory Williams. I've been making YouTube videos since September, October 2005. A long time. I've done everything, you name it, I feel like I've done it. I've broken many rules. I've done many right things. Not terrible Logan Paul rules or anything, but you know, I've experienced. That's the important thing. Anyways, okay, that's my thing. Okay, so first thing I'm going to tell you guys, and I'm going to take this is the easy part. You're not going to be so offended or hurt by this, but first part is obvious. Know your audience, and when I say that, it's think of who your audience is, not as numbers, not as people that you don't know, and not as people that watch this or that. Think of your audience as the people that you hang out with, that you want to share your stuff with, the people that you were inspired to show. Like SMPFilms, my first YouTube channel, is called Simple Minded People. It was about me and my friends just going out and doing all these crazy things, and I always think about them. And I've actually been doing this thing recently where I'm printing out pictures of all of my friends and putting them into frames. And as I'm making my videos or writing my content, I look up at my friends and I think, will all of these guys enjoy what I'm doing? Would they approve of it? Am I moving in the direction that I want? But of course, in the middle of all of those people, there's me, a big picture of me. Would this guy approve? He's the one that's the most important, but everybody else around is. Now, you also have to think, when you see this picture, when I see this picture, I think anybody else outside of the circle, I don't care what they think. I don't need to care what they think. It's not about them, it's about me and about my friends. Because when you're making these videos, you should make them for you. You should make them for somebody. You should be your own #1 fan. I've always said that, and I am. There's no one that is a bigger fan of my work than me. You know, and it'll always be that way. So use friends and families examples. Now, moving on, show your friends and family. Okay, let me see your invisible hands. How many of you show your friends and family your videos? I said invisible hands, come on. Now, the thing is, you should be showing your friends and family only the people that would be in that list of friends. You don't have to show them every single video, but show them stuff that you'd be proud of, because not only is it going to give you encouragement to continue making videos, but it's gonna help you to see what is it you're doing right, what is it you're doing wrong. A good example of this, when I show Kristen my videos, I don't just want to see her smile, I want to see her reactions. If she looks away even for a second to check her phone, or if she hears something in the kitchen, I know that that part of the video right there before I release it is something that needs to be changed, something that's a little bit dead. What is it? Take a step back, go back into your editing bay, whatever it is on your computer, and think, why did they look away? Why was it just for that second? And see within yourself. You're not always going to keep their attention 100% of the time. That's nearly impossible no matter how good your video is. So you have to think of it like that. Also, think of it as like, okay, I have a lot of subscribers and a lot of people that watch our videos. And while it is very flattering that a lot of these people leave comments, I can't put faces to every single one of those names. And every time I get a comment to me at the level that I'm in, I'll be honest, brutally honest, they sound the same. It's the same thing. But you know what feels better? One laugh, or in real life, one smile. Phelan, just the other day, laughed at one of my videos and it inspired me to write another song. Because she laughed as hard as she did. It made me feel good. As a comedian, as anybody, like, comedians don't just, can you turn that down so No, so comedians, like, that's why stand-up comedy, a lot of these comedians always go back to stand-up comedy after doing movies, because movies, you don't see the reactions of the crowd. But comedians, that's why these big, huge comedians go play these small venues, because they can get that feel, that reaction. That's what we all want. We're putting ourselves out there not just because we enjoy making videos, but because we do want a little bit of that good feeling. It's a great feeling, so share it with your friends and family. Learn from them. Why? I explain that because, you know, whenever it's a good time for you, you don't have to force it down their throats. Whenever you're just kind of hanging out, like, I mean, I showed you because I was like, oh, you gotta see this, is so funny. But that was just me I wanted to make you laugh and also feel good. You know, where do you share it? You share it in the privacy of your own home. You don't need to go out and share everybody, you know, face to face. Hey, person on the street, look at this video I just made. You know, whatever. But yeah, so that's covered. Okay, so now the next one, moving on. Watch yourselves. And I mean it, like actually watch yourselves. Like go back and watch some of the videos that you enjoyed making that you watched more than 5 times. I'll admit, maybe half my views are me. Because I watch my videos back, not all of them. I watch them back so much because I just enjoy it, man. It's so fun. And there's some videos that I have on my channel that nobody liked, but I'm like, I don't care, that was funny. And I'll watch that video, and if that video is good in the way that you believe in it, in the way that makes you feel, you'll continue to make videos because that person that you're seeing, that's talking back to you, is you inspiring yourself. You're talking to yourself. Anytime you put a video out, if you're making it for you, you're talking to yourself. Inspire yourself. That's why you got to put out as good as you can for you, because it'll all come back. It's like a spiral, man. It happens. Okay, and it says, was that right here? If you don't enjoy what you do or what you've done, then why do you do what you do, and how can you do?
That's a lot of do.
That's a do. Yes. So, okay. So yeah, that's the thing. You gotta ask yourself, if you don't enjoy what you do, then why do you do it? Like, what can you do? Okay. So now moving on, next topic here. And this one's huge. You guys want to get really big. This is the big key. Aim for a niche, meaning aim for something that it's just this little tiny audience. I used to be a consultant for I forgot their name again. It's this real Oh, Geek and Sundry. Who knows Geek and Sundry? Yeah. I was their consultant. I was the one that helped them get that channel going early on. Seriously. And so they paid me to come in and just talk. This is what I do. And I would just tell them different things and different strategies and all that sort of thing. And that was before they were really big. Now they're huge. Now they got it. They don't need me, right? Now, if you find that niche, and then back it up, if you really think about what they do, you can define it in a paragraph. They play board games and play some random video games, and they're really nerdy. And that's just a little niche audience that's really big. Now, if you're trying to shoot wide like SMPFilms, you're not really going to get big. SMPFilms, yeah, it's got a lot of subscribers on it, but it's not as big as it could have been if I would have focused just on this or that. But I can't do that because my brain doesn't allow me. But I'm okay with that because that's for me. I'm ADD, so I build for me. Now, the reason you're going to want to do this too is because within these niche audiences, these niche little crowds, little things that you can do, there are what's called sneezers. Sneezers are people who spread the virus to help you go viral. These are people that will do anything to spread. Like you guys, you're here coming back because you are all sneezers. You're coming back because you have something passionate enough that you want to share with other people. You're here because you want to share your sneezers. My mom's not a sneezer. You know, she just kind of like consumes and leaves, but she doesn't talk about it to more people. Hey, watch this, unless I make a really big video. My mom's all proud of it. But getting off topic here. When you focus on those little niche audiences, you're more likely to get those sneezers because you have something that nobody else really has. And they're going to focus on that, and that's how you grow. That's a great way to grow. Okay, so now, how do you get a niche? Like, what is your niche? What is it you want to do, and how do you find that? This is the hard part that's going to hurt some of you guys. And I'm glad it will, and I hope it will. Find your rough edges. What does that mean? Why do you suck? No, really, like, think about, like, what is it about you that's different? What is it about you feel like maybe like, oh man, can I use you as an example here?
Go for it.
Okay, so the other day, I watch him all the time actually. When I'm doing my stuff, I'm working and updating, I watch your Twitch streams and stuff. And I will be honest, most of the time, he's having the hardest time, he's getting pissed, he's cursing at the screen because something in the game doesn't work, stupid setting.
Damn Red Dragon.
And he just stops it all.
Stupid Red Dragon.
And I stop what I'm doing to watch him do that. But then when he actually starts playing the game, I fade. I fade. I go, and that's... So your rough edge in all of this is what makes you different than other people. Is that like you're just so like, ah! And then when it's okay, there's not a lot. My rough edges. Thanks for letting me use you.
You're good.
My rough edges here is that when I get hurt, apparently I'm really funny, and I know that because I'm very reactive. I'm a big kid, right? And there are a lot of people out there that'll call me a man child. They'll say, man, you need to grow up, you got gray hair, all this stuff, right? But that's what makes me different because I'm 30-something years old and I'm this. You know, that's what makes me different, and so that's my thing. So everybody's got to like find your thing, and sometimes that thing that makes you special is the one thing you hate or you suck at. But if you look at it differently, sometimes it really just gets you, and you go, yeah, who are you? There is nobody like you. Every single one of you are you. You are the best you, and there's nobody like you. So what sets you apart from anybody else who is big on the internet? What makes you unique? Everybody's unique. That means everybody has their own little rough edge. And you find those little rough edges that are unlike anybody else. And you focus on those rough edges, and you take what you enjoy doing and you apply to those rough edges. And you make those edges rougher and bigger until the world sees, until you really get yourself out there. What else did I write? It's time. So yeah, it's time to be honest with yourself and think about what is it about you that is rough, that is unique, that can really be out there. Because if you're trying to be, I don't know what's a good example. If you're trying to be a survivalist show, and you're doing what the most successful person does, well, congratulations on sucking, because that person's done it, and so have a lot of other people. They're doing exactly the same thing. You are a drop in the sea of everybody that's already been.
To give you a good example, there's like trying to start a Let's Play. It's exactly like the Game Grumps. Everybody's just going to go watch the Game Grumps instead of you.
Exactly.
So it already exists.
Being unique is all about being you. It's not about finding something. It's about finding you. It's look inside yourself. All right, so, I did write more here. I should read my stuff. What is about you that's different? Got it. Be honest, are you, got it. Move on. Okay. If you don't know where you're going, go everywhere. Do all the things. Get out of your comfort zones. If you've been doing the same thing for a long time and it's not getting you anywhere, well, maybe that's a clue that you should probably try other things. Okay, if you have less than, no, screw it. I got several 100,000 subscribers and I still don't stick to the same thing because I love everything. You should just do whatever you love doing, and once you find something that's like, oh hey, this is great, let's get this train running on this track, then stick to it. But don't just be like, I'm this channel and this is all I'm doing. Work yourself out. You guys, if you're I don't like using the term small channel, but if you don't have the number of subscribers that you desire right now, then do whatever you want to do. You're free, guys. You're free to do whatever you want without big judgment. Could you imagine right now, today, everybody, think about this. If you suddenly had 1 million subscribers and 1 million people watching you constantly, would you be happy with that? With the way you are today? Do you feel like there's something else you could do to be stronger for those millions of people? Are you ready for those millions of people? Truly, inside your minds, are you ready for that? No. So you got to find that bit inside of yourself, right? But everybody wants that. Everybody wants to have those millions of subscribers. Everybody wants to be huge. But you gotta let yourself be that before the rest of the world comes. You've got to be yourself, and you've got to be huge to yourself. And if that means being egotistical, so be it. You know what? I suffered from being super egotistical early on, but it wasn't. It was pride. I had pride in myself, and when I later on found out people were calling me egotistical, I thought, well, I'm not egotistical. I was just really proud because I came from nothing. I built this channel from a time that nobody had subscribers. If you had 1,000 subscribers, you were like #1 on YouTube back when I started. I'm serious. You guys would all be huge. Okay? And so, yeah, that's the thing. All right, so next one. Actually, I'd like to do this. This is, I'm going to put you guys in the spot. I'm going to pick the camera up. This is going to be a fun one. Okay, you suck. Gosh, you suck. No, I don't know. You suck. What's that, 3? Who else sucks in here? I don't know you. Hi, I'm Cory. You suck. And let's move it back here. You, sir, you suck. And in fact, you really suck. You probably suck more than anybody else in this room. All right, great. How does that make you guys feel? Good. No, I'm being brutally honest. No, listen. I'm being serious right now. You suck. How does that feel? A little hurt, right? There's a little part of you that hurts?
It sucks.
Well, let me hang out you suckers. Wait, no, you don't suck as much as this guy does. What, sir? Which sucker would you
That
like?
makes me feel a little better.
There you go. Have you sucker, you sucker. No, now where I'm going with this.
Oh, he's a sucker.
It's
Oh,
an actual
you're
suck.
a sucker.
Yeah, you suck. You literally suck. But no, I wasn't saying your videos suck. I wasn't saying that anything you do on the internet sucks. I meant physically. Like you actually suck, and I'm appreciating you by giving you these. I'm showing you appreciation. Do you know why? Because I want you guys to understand that sometimes hate on YouTube is not hate. It's just the way that somebody tells you something. It doesn't always mean a bad thing. There was somebody had said something on Facebook recently that sparked this in me that I wanted to bring this up to you guys. That they had a hard time with somebody who was hating on them, and it was just the way that they were saying. Let's see if I can remember. It was along the lines of, you guys have this many subscribers. I don't see why you guys don't get that many views, or something like that. It sounds usually like, oh man, they just insulted us. But what the person's really saying is, man, you should get way more views than what you're getting right now. You know? So what I want you guys to do is sometimes when you get these comments, I want you to ask yourselves, who are they really? Who are these people who are saying this? What are the motives, the true motives behind them? What are they getting out of this? Is it really they're trying to put you down to make themselves feel better? You know, and why you in particular? You know, if you're not a channel that's to your standards that you want to be eventually, then why are you being so affected, and why you? Why are they coming directly after you? What is it about you? Are they really saying that because they don't like you? Think about it from different paradigms. Step outside of your own mind and the way that you think about these people, and think about the way that they think from their perspective. They're sitting there, and you're in that chair. Do you think they're just like, because I don't like you because your hair's red? You know? No. Everybody's got a different reason. Now, there are people out there that are jealous, but not everyone. Believe it or not, it's a small percentage of people that are actually jealous. And if they are jealous, it's a compliment. They're jealous of something that you have that they don't. It doesn't matter the number of views or any of that stuff. It's really about you. So think about that. Now, how do you take it when somebody says something like that? Everybody, including myself, I'm extremely guilty of this. You want to reply back and be like, you just want to get on them, right? You want to let them have it. But really, sometimes what you need to do is ask them, why? You know, what is it that makes you feel that way? Can you explain it differently? Or sometimes if it feels like, okay, it truly is an attack, don't say anything. You know what? I used to not say this, but I'm going to say it now. If it's a real, true attack, delete the comment, block the person. Get them out of your life. If you're a young channel and you're getting something like that, whatever. You know what? It's going to happen. You have to accept that. If you're going to be to that level of 1 million subscribers or whatever it is, you're going to get a lot more of it. Get that skin nice and thick. And it doesn't always mean with your guards up. It means with your chest out. Like you're getting ready to take it, but you can give it. But don't always give it. It's not about giving it in public, and never compare yourselves to other people out there, especially in that case. You know, don't make anybody else feel bad, whatever you do. Because last thing I'm going to say on this topic is, if you say something bad to somebody in your early stages of YouTube, there could be a chance that they screen cap what you say and they use it against you when you're big. So whatever you say now will be held against you when you are big. Because the way people see you right now, these are your true colors. When you're a young channel, these are your true colors. This is your roots. This is who you are. This is what you're about. When you get big, a lot of people don't see it like that. They go, oh, it's another big YouTuber. They just care about money, this and that. It's not true. You're still your core. No matter how big you get, you're still your core. You still believe the same things. You still feel the same way. So be careful with what you say out there, and always remember that, you know. And also keep in mind that there are people who are young, who are in a different language barrier, who don't quite understand and maybe even say the wrong thing, meaning something else. And there are people who are actually mentally hurt or affected by things. Like they can't say things, or maybe anger is just their thing. Like there's a guy in Poughkeepsie, New York, who just hated me for no reason. And you look back at the guy and he's just got a lot of mental problems. So you can't take that, you know? You really can't. And what's the, Kristen, we had one the other day from somebody that said something. Oh yeah, somebody was like, oh, you don't get out of the house enough. You're not actively getting out, because we have a vlogging channel. But this could be coming from a person who's paraplegic, who says in their mind, gosh, I would get out all the time if I was them. They're full-time YouTubers. They could do anything they want. Why are they in their house so much? So they're not trying to attack. Think of it like that. All right, so moving on. Now we got collaborate only if it makes sense. I've seen a lot of people in this group. I remember I said, okay guys, collaboration is key. It's huge for growth. But you also have to think about, does it really make sense to collaborate on this or that? Like if you have the survivalist going and being on his channel doing some gaming, no, it doesn't really make sense for either audience. So that's something else I want you guys to think about. And with that, I want you to watch each other. Like watch somebody who does kind of what you do and understand who they are and what they do. And once you have that understanding and respect, if you feel like your audience is in that same sort of group of pictures, yeah, work with them. Find a different way. Don't just say, hey, let's collaborate. Come up with an idea. If you're going to be the one to initiate, have something, a little something. Have fun with it. Be a fan of what they do before you come to them. You can't just be like, oh, you have this many subs, I have this many subs, your demographics are what? Let's collab just because. No. Be a fan. Understand them. Because if you're going to step in their world and do what they do and vice versa, you got to be in that same little group of friends. You almost want to imagine that picture of that person's face in that group. And in my group of friends, literally half of them are people that I've collaborated with. Because I love them. They're great. They're just people from my past that were fun, right? All right, so almost done here. Now, ask yourselves inside, what percentage of what you do is for love versus having a bigger audience? You kind of went into this. That's something that you need to think about. How much love are you truly putting into this, and how much are you really thinking about money? Because, yeah, as she's covered very well, it's not about money. It's about love. It's about doing this stuff. It's going back and doing it for you and that group, right? You got to enjoy it. So, here we go. This will be the last thing I say here. And this is going to cover just a little bit of the whole money thing, but maybe this will get you going, a little spark. YouTube will not make you money. I'll say it again. YouTube will not make you money. You make you money. That's it. You make you money. So you got to enjoy YouTube for what it is. It's a place for you to share. It's a place for you to get yourself out there. It's a place for you to have opportunities to make you money. Not about YouTube. YouTube, if you get money from YouTube, that's a little extra. Call that just the, oh, cool, awesome. That's a little extra on the no.
Bonus.
You don't have to have 1 million subscribers or anything to make a whole lot. KC, who's not here today, my friend KC, he makes Facebook videos about piano tutorials, and his niche is he puts math to piano lessons. It's crazy. It's totally crazy. He doesn't have 1 million subscribers. He doesn't have a big following, but that dude is doing really well for himself. Just because he sells himself on the outside of things. He's making him money. He's not relying on Facebook, any of that stuff, so you shouldn't rely on it. Think of it this way too. YouTube is a stage, and everything you do outside are the concessions. You don't go to a movie theater to buy the expensive, overpriced popcorn, do you? Just for that and then you leave? No, you come for this show. You come for this show and then you pay that stupid price for the popcorn. Has everybody bought popcorn at a theater? For the most part, yeah. Or a soda, or you bought anything there, you were ripped off. But you didn't care because the movie was great. You didn't care. Yeah, exactly. $8, hey, one refill, but you're not going to get it's a lot of popcorn.
Well, who brings the candy in?
Yeah, ad blockers. So, think of it like that. You are the show. And if you want to make the money, you got to bring the show first. So bring your best. Bring your best. Emphasis on you. Not emphasis on what everybody else is doing. The you. The niche that is you. The rough edges that are you. The things that suck and the things that are awesome about you. And all the things that you are able to do that maybe you don't even know about. Because without trying all the different things, without exploring your mind, without getting into your heart and trying all these different things, how are you ever going to know that you can make great cat videos? The cat's more famous than me. I have a cat channel. It got like 14 million views. It was a sleeper hit. And I'm like, I don't know why, but cool. But I would have never known if I didn't just randomly make a cat video one day. And that's, I don't like bringing up my cat because he's already got an ego. Okay, it's true. I'm going to pet him backwards later. So that's all I got to say, guys. Find your rough edges. Be you. Understand who you are. Do it for you and your friends around you. Share your family. And did I cover everything? Oh, yeah, and you suck. There you go.